Hey all you zealots and zerglings, I got a special 1 versus 1 for you today. This one is actually my first attempt at a pro cast. And when I say pro cast, I don't mean I mean that the players are pro level players, not that the caster is pro, because I've heard this caster before and he sucks. So this is I wanted to try, a high level game, so we'll see how this goes. We'll see if you like it. And this one I just kind of downloaded from a replay site. And the players are up here. The Blue Zerg, FnaticSen, which I believe Sen is the player's name. I think Fnatic is his clan name. I'm not really all into all the different clans and too many of the players and stuff, but we'll do the best we can. But his opponent is oGsMC, who I believe I have. Actually, I'm pretty sure I've heard of both of these, but I haven't seen a lot of the replays. And the map is Terminus, which is a map I kind of like, although I haven't really played on it yet much. We'll get the production tab up. And it's pretty standard right now. It looks like MC is scouting Sen. Oh, and he's going to harass the worker line. How frustrating is that? Must that be? Oh, no, he's not done yet. And it looks like we're going to have... Oh, we just have an Overlord scout here for Sen. Not doing anything yet. Just sending in... Looks like he's going to get out of spawning pool. Probably because with the probe in the area, he can't really do an expand because, Protoss are pretty good at blocking your expansions. And so he figures he's just going to have to go through the pool now. Or maybe this is what he intended to do, is just get his pool out. Oh, and we're getting a forge down here for MC. So it looks like he's going for the forge fast expand, which I've seen a lot of this done on replays that none of the games I played. But, I've seen, this looks like it's a very frustrating thing for Zerg to deal with, because it lets the Protoss macro really well, and it's kind of hard to break. See, he is going to get down his Nexus early. Oh, and it looks like Sen has finally gotten his expansion down. Spawning pool is done. He's got a queen on the way. And that pesky probe is still in this base. And he's getting some Zerglings out, which will finally drive this guy away. It looks like he's going to leave early because he knows that it's coming. And first gateway going down for MC, and he's getting a photon cannon, pretty standard. Which the Overlord's going. Well, I think the Overlord's not going to be in range of that, so I don't have to worry about that. And oh no, this probe didn't quite make it out of the way. These Zerglings are going to chase it down. He's might get away. We're going to have to see. Although if this Zergling turned around and intercepted it, it might end his life pretty quickly. And so he's sending out another probe. Oh no, he's just getting ready to build something because these Zerglings are coming. And he's probably just going to get the probe in. I don't think he can get the probe in without letting the Zerglings in too. And all the Zerglings are going to pull back because they do have the photon cannon there. And I think he's just getting ready just in case Sen wants to bust in here. No. Or he's just waiting for something to face. He's going to get his cybernetics core down. And right now, what is Sen up to? Doesn't look like he's doing anything all that different yet. Just kind of droning up now. So with these fast expands, may not be a lot of excitement early on. And what is he getting down? Just another pylon. So he's now completely walled himself in. Well, almost completely walled himself in. Oh, no, he's completely walled himself in. There are some versions of this map where there's actually a ramp down to here with rocks on it. But it does not look like this version of Terminus has that. So he completely walled himself in, and yeah, this is pretty expected. I've seen a lot of Protoss Stargate behind a Forge Fast Expand. And in response, Sen looks like he is just going to expand himself again. And has he got a lair coming up yet? Because he's going to need something to deal with that Stargate. And I don't see what it is yet. And wow, MC is really behind the food count. But maybe that's typical of this build because he's completely walled in. The only thing that could worry him right now is a roach rush. And once this Stargate gets done, that is going to probably not going to be a concern. As he's not spotted the Stargates, so he can only assume whether or not it's coming. Is he getting anything? He's not have anything to prepare for this, which could be devastating if he gets Void Rays over his base, or which is most likely what we're going to see. We're going to see some Void Rays out of this. He could use some Phoenix, but nope, there comes the Void Ray. even using his Chrono Boost on it to get it out. And a Phoenix to follow up after that. And oh, it looks like the Overlord's going to scout this. He is going to scout this, so he's going to know this is coming. And here comes the lair on cue, but it might be too late because that Void Ray is on the way. And I think he's got queens, but he's only got 3 queens. He's going to have to try to bring them all together in order to fight this Void Ray, which is moving slowly out across the map. And getting an Evo Chamber, so that'll help out too. It doesn't really have any tech to deal with it. He's just going to have to depend on queens and spore crawlers right now. And here comes the Void Ray, and where'd the queen go? The queen just took off. Is he going to just sack this expansion? Nope, the queens are coming. I guess she was going to get the other queen now, and here comes a spore crawler. And oh no, the Phoenix is going to lift up one of the queens, which is an absolutely frustrating situation for the Zerg. And can he get a transfuse off on it? Oh, they're going to lose this queen. And now he's going to lose this one too. Here comes another queen. Does he have enough for another Graviton Beam? He does not. Oh, he didn't quite. Oh, just got that queen before he was forced to get out of there. So losing 2 queens is not going to be good for Sen here. Believe me, I hate losing queens. Although it looks like was building more behind it, so he can still get his larva injects in. So I guess it could have been worse. And now here come a bunch of Phoenix, but he does have some defenses here. Oh, but he's still going to try to lift up this queen anyhow. And now he seems to be out of range of the Spore Crawler. Oh, another queen goes down. And this Spore Crawler is going to finish a little bit too late to save that queen. And getting his Spire up, which, I don't know. He's got a lot of Phoenixes out now, and I don't know if he's going to have to use Corruptors, because if he just goes Mutalist, there's too many Phoenix out here now. I don't think Mutalist would be a good choice right now, but if he goes Mutalist, he knows way better than me, so don't take my word for it. Still Chrono boosting out air. He's just going for a lot of Phoenix right now, as he's got a lot of sentries. And he does have a robot, just getting an observer out for now. And what else just died? I did not see exactly what just died right there, but I'm sure it was something that was unfortunate. How many queens does he have out now? He's got 5 queens out, so he did have to get a lot of queens out for that to defend, but it did allow him to get some good creep spread, and I'm not really sure why there was creep spread there that he was replacing. That was kind of weird. And this Phoenix Force is just hunting for anything, and they're probably hunting for Overlords, seeing what sort of harassment they can do. But Sen has put up quite a bit of defense now that hopefully will end this harassment. And getting a Baneling Nest. Oh, and he's getting Corruptors and Mutalisks, which that's an interesting combination. You don't usually see those units get produced together. So I'm going to be interested in how he uses these. And that is a lot of each unit. So I'm very curious how he's going to use these. And it looks like he's getting upgrades for them. He's also getting upgrades for his Zerglings. Oh, we got more Phoenix problems right here. It looks like he was about to do some harassment, but he is going to have to pull off and take care of this right away. And the reason you need this, because, I mean, Phoenix can completely micro against Mutas if you do it just right. So I think the Corruptors kind of helped him from endlessly microing these Mutas. I think they have a better range. They do have a range of 6, while the Mutalisks have a paltry range of 3. And meanwhile, the Phoenix have a range of 4. So the Corruptors have a slightly better range, so that the Phoenix, I think, can't just sit there and kite the Mutas so much. And now here comes the counterattack. Oh, but there's a lot of Stalkers and a lot of Phoenix. Oh, and he's got Blink out. I didn't even see that coming. So busy on focusing on his harassment, I did not see what he's doing. He's also getting the Templar Archive, so he's going to be getting Psystorm out, most likely. Can't think of any other reason for him to get the Templar Archives out, unless he wants to go Archon, which I suppose is possible. And a very interesting force. And now he's dropping down a bunch of Spine Crawlers. We got all sorts of activity here. He's getting speed for both his Zerglings and his future Banelings. I don't know if he's any Banelings out yet. This Observer is seeing all of it. Is any of these a Spore Crawler? Nope, just some Spines. It looks like these Phoenix are still hunting around. And there comes the Psystorm. And both players, well, and actually, Sen is on 4 bases. MC is on 3 as he's taking his little back in base expansion right here. Elvin blasting down the pylon so he actually can get his army out now. Using Chrono Boost on his upgrades. That's level 2 upgrades. So that means he's level 1 out. And Psystorm, he looks like he may be getting ready for a push after Psystorm is complete. And still just a dance between these air units. So it looks like, oh, we got some movement right here. The Stalkers are pushing out. He's got level 1 attack. Level 2 attack will be almost done. Psystorm is almost done. So it looks like he is getting ready for a big push. Which is kind of a scary force. And if he gets some Psystorms down, or maybe he was just trying to push out for an expansion. Because he is now going to be taking his 4th here, and I don't know what this Air Force is going to do. I think there's just too many Stalkers for this to do anything. Oh, but if he comes in and harasses on... Oh, look at all those photon cannons. And oh, a Psystorm right on top of the Mutalisks. That is terrible. We checked. All these Mutalisks are softened up, but it looks like he might... Oh, it looks like he almost finished off those Phoenixes. Blinking around the Stalkers to do as much damage as possible. Oh, and another blink. Both Air Forces just went into... Oh, and while this is going on, here comes a ton of Zerglings. Oh, here comes the Psystorm. And here come the Banelings. He's trying to storm the Banelings. And those Banelings did absolutely nothing. They got, what, a couple of Zealots on that? An absolute waste of the Banelings. There's still a ton of sentries left. And that attack just completely misfired, despite the fact that all the Stalkers were away chasing his Air Force. And now he's getting out Archons, which are very powerful against the Zerg, especially Zerglings and Mutalisks. But oh, look at all the spine crawlers he's got his expansion here, which is great. I mean, it's pretty cheap. It's pretty a fairly inexpensive defense for Zerg, and more spine crawlers over here. So he really static defenses might actually keep off the Protoss for right now. But he's going to keep pushing. But I don't know. It's going to be a hard front to push. That is a lot of spine crawlers. And Zerglings are trying to sneak around the back. This is where the main force of his army is. No, he's just going to grab the watchtower, and this does not look like a smart engagement right now. And what's he getting right here? He's getting pathogen glands, so he looks like he's going to try to get some infestors out, which might be a good idea because this is a pretty big army. He needs an edge, and trying to snipe this expansion, but the army wasn't that far away. It doesn't look like he did all that much damage, and these Stalkers could blink and do a little more damage on these wheels, and that is exactly what they're going to do. Oh, but they're going to catch a couple of Stalkers that were not willing to go back with all their buddies, but you gotta be careful. Oh, and a bunch of Banelings are trying to morph in here. Oh, but he's going to pull away. And he might be trying to just sneak them into the back lines behind the base. We got to keep an eye on that. Right now, it looks like he's just trying to defend this expansion. It looks like we're getting level 3 attack for the Zerglings, and 76 Zerglings are morphing in, so he is getting ready for something big. Oh, and it looks like there go the rest of the Phoenix, so the Air Force is now done, and it looks like they're pushing out. There's a lot of spine crawlers there, though, and a ton of Zergling Banelings up behind it. So just kind of dancing back and forth, pushing against each other. Oh, and he's getting more Stargates plus level 1 weapons for that. So it looks like he is not done with his Air Force just yet. Oh, and look at all these Banelings going to the line. Oh, and he takes out the Nexus with the Banelings. And looks like almost all the probes went down too. Completely obliterated. That was something to see. I thought it was more Banelings back there they didn't bring into the fight. And it looks like he's angry and he wants to push again, but he's still got all these spine crawlers. They haven't moved. But it looks like he's going to be taking it on this time. Oh, and the Stalkers just blinked, so they don't have their blink anymore, but a lot of force fields, and it doesn't look like those Banelings did much of anything, and more Banelings in the back, but nothing seems to have died here at all. So I do not think that was an effective use of Banelings. And now all the spine crawlers are gone, and there's nothing stopping them from just marching into this base. And it's not looking good right now for Sen. Oh, he's got a very slight edge in food, but I don't think it's very significant right now. Because this is a pretty powerful force right now. They got level 3 attack which level 3 on an Archon, 47 damage against biological. And guess what? Zerg is all biological. And here come the infestors, and there goes a fungal growth. Not the best fungal growth. I only killed a zealot with it, but didn't really do that much. Oh, now this base is in trouble. He says the spore spine crawlers are not positioned to do a lot of damage here. And he's just going to blink behind it, and only a couple of these spines are doing anything. So the loss of those spine crawlers over there was just devastating. And now he is going to have to abandon this base. But behind this, he's double expanded. Oh, he's already got that one up and running. It looks like he's just starting to build that one. And now he's trying to come in from behind, but more force fields are going to prevent his army from really, looks like, doing all that much damage. Well, maybe they did a little more damage this time, but there's still quite a bit left. There's still a pesky Archon. I click on him with 35 kills on that Archon before he finally went down. So I guess he did kind of whittle that down. There's some reinforcing stalkers he is going to have to pull back. Oh, the pathing is going to run the Zerglings right in front of the army to take more damage. We check out the units lost right now, and Sen has lost a ton. Although now he's double expanded behind it. If he can defend these expansions, I think he might be able to. He might be able to pull ahead, but I don't know. It just doesn't seem to have quite the army composition, and he's not using it effectively because the Banelings have not made that much of a difference other than sniping in Nexus, which is kind of an expensive snipe, which is already back up and running again. If we check the income tab, well, the Zerg does have a pretty sizable lead in income right now with very little harvester lead. But, oh, and now we're getting out the Broodlords. I didn't even see that going up, and that could be a difference maker, although he's going to have to try to protect him because he does, MC does have Blink, which is exactly really what you want with the Broodlords, is you blink in and snipe them, so you have to be careful. He's got to protect his Broodlords wherever they're at. And wasting some Banelings on that. Where has he got these Broodlords at? I've got to find these Broodlords. Oh, we're getting Colossus out now, which is kind of late because we already know he has a Spire, so he can get the right tech for Colossus. And Broodlords are pretty good at Colossus too. And has he only got 2 Broodlords? Only 2 right now, but with if he keeps them with his main army, it could be just add that little bit extra that might help him out. But I just don't know. And there come the Colossus. They also have +3, which is just going to absolutely devastate any of the infantry out here. I mean, all these guys are just going to get destroyed by Colossus as well, except for those 2 Mutalisks. They really couldn't care less about Colossus. They're like, geez, guys, what's the big deal? I've never even gotten touched by a Colossus before, so I don't know what your problems are. But it's kind of a scary ball, though I don't know why his Zealots are all stuck in there in the middle like that. Oh, he's got to be careful. He's got to be careful about engaging this head on, and yeah, I don't think these spine crawlers are going to do much. He might end up losing this base. Yeah, this base, I think this base is going to go down unless he wants to just throw this army away. Well, no, he is going to pull back. Oh, because the Broodlords are going to, I think the 2 Broodlords, I think, actually saved that expansion. But no, he's pushing in again, and it won't take much. If he goes right for this hatchery, it is not going to last long. Oh, and he does get 1 fungal growth off. And those Broodlords are going to be causing a little bit of damage to this army. And here come a bunch of Zerglings trying to hit the fleeing army. Unfortunately, the Zealots are in the back. Oh, and a bunch of Psy Storms going down and trying to destroy the Zerg as they approach. And the Broodlords are going to keep forcing it back. He did take out all the Zealots, so now it's just Stalkers and 3 Colossus. Which he really needs. He needs Zealots, and he needs either Archons or Templar in order to take on the massive Zerglings and Broodlings. Which another 60 Zerglings are on the way. And if he can keep the Zergling numbers up and keep the Broodlords back, this army's just not gonna cut it. So yeah, he's getting out some more Templar, which he's gonna need. If he focuses on the Broodlords, the infantry completely will take him out. But if he focuses on the infantry, the Broodlords are going to be the biggest threat. And Sen is now taking another base, so he will be on 3, 4, 7 bases. Well, he's pretty much mined out on that one. Just looks like he finished mining that one, so he's effectively on 3 bases, going to be on 4. But Sen has, oGsMC has not expanded in a long time, and he is on one mining base, so at this point he has to take another base, but it is going to be instantly spotted. So Sen is going to know that this expansion is going up, and if he can prevent it, he actually might be able to win this. I was a little bit doubtful before, but he's got a ton of bases, and he might be getting the right unit combination now, as this force gets a little more stalker heavy. Oh, but he's throwing in some Void Rays, and that could be a difference maker. He could definitely use these on the Brood Lords, but he's got to get up this expansion, and I just gotta wonder if Sen gonna try to take this out before it gets up and running. I think he really needs to get more Brood Lords. Wow, look at all these Brood Lords. That is 14 Brood Lords with 2 more on the way. That is absolutely scary. But he needs an infantry to protect it. He does have an infantry, but don't let him get too far out ahead. Oh, here come the Void Rays, and oh, he don't think he's much against us. He's got some queens and infestors, but it's going to be hard. And he does get off a fungal growth. That'll help a lot. Oh, and feedback on the queens is going to get him killed almost instantly. One of them did go down to the feedback, and these banelings are just sitting here. Do something, banelings. Oh, they did not get much out of that, and he's got to stop these Void Rays. They're going to absolutely slaughter his Brood Lords, and 90 Zerglings is not going to do it. And it looks like maybe he's just going to commit his Brood Lords because he knows he can't run them away in time. But there's no army here, and he's actually running his ground army away. He's just letting the Brood Lords get killed, not letting him anywhere near his army. And oh, this Void Rays, I think, just absolutely just won the game for MC here. That is a lot of Void Rays, but he is going to get a fungal growth off. He's going to need a lot more fungal growths than that in order to take these out. And there goes another fungal growth. He did get the shields down. He's going to need at least 1 or 2 more fungals, but I don't think he's got the energy for it. No, he has no energy for another fungal, and he's going to have to hope the Spore Crawlers can do a little bit more damage. I don't think he got... Oh, he did get another fungal growth off, but it looked like he might have regenerated his shields enough where it didn't make that big a difference. So I don't know what he can do against this now. He needs more air, because these Voiders are just going unchecked, and he's not producing any. He's slowly trickling out infestors, which he's not. I don't think he's going to get enough out in order to take on this force. I mean, I don't know the feasibility of him going. Oh, he does get off another fungal, but now he just seems to be redoing damage with the shields. He needs to get successive fungals off to do any damage, and they're getting really softened up. And here comes another fungal growth. He's just trying to slowly fungal this army to death, and he is starting to get some of them to go down. So, oh, these Void Rays. Now he's finally getting some to actually die, and now he's going to try to throw out some Infested Terrans to hopefully finish off the job. But guess what? The Void Rays can just outrun Infested Terrans that haven't hatched yet. And we've not seen, and now he has gotten this base up and throwing down another one, and that is, I think, going to turn the tide into his favor. And he is going to get some Corruptors out. I don't know if they can finish off these Void Rays. Nope. It looks like two Corruptors cannot take out 3 heavily damaged Void Rays. And these Zerglings definitely can't. Oh, and here comes the ground army, and he's going to get some fungals on that, but he just got too many units coming in too many directions. And there's the GG from Sen. So I thought he was getting the edge, but these Void Rays kind of turned it around. So it looks like the Heir of MC kind of turned the balance. So I hope you enjoyed my very first pro level cast. If you want to see more of these, maybe just give a thumbs up there to this video, or maybe encouragement in the comments, and maybe we'll do more of these. So I hope you enjoyed it, and have a day.